welcome to my new video version of a newsletter. I don't know if you guys always have the time to read, but in today's society, we always have the time to watch, right? And so this is a new thing that I'm trying to do, and I would love to hear your feedback to let me know if you rather read or you rather to watch, right? And so how we're gonna do it is I'm just gonna be sharing the highlight of what transpired from my last newsletter until current. And then after we covered all the highlights, we will do it monthly by just highlighting what transpired throughout the month. And for example, if you're gonna be hearing maybe one story of a particular flight that I did, the link will be in the video where you can watch all the mission flight reports that happened for that particular month. That being said, with this newsletter, we're going to be picking up with our new home in Batangas. So we did move to our new place in Batangas. It's still a 3-bedroom, 2-story house. And it was just an amazing experience how we found this home. And it's very close to the airplane, right? So 10-15 minutes drive and I'm right there at the airplane itself. And so this new home has been a blessing to us. Different people have stayed with us so far. And our very first guest came all the way from Canada. Brother Jude came and he visited so that we could work together in partnership with Angel One that helps us to have tax deductible receipt for American citizens and also an option for those who are in Canada itself. We had some paperwork challenges with the airplane that we were trying to work out. So the new airplane, we're still fundraising for it at the time. And we're just praying that God will help us to find the resources. While we were paying for it, we had paperwork challenges to get the last document so that we could start to offer flights for the airplane. While we were praying for that, guess what happened? We got a $10,000 donation. Yes, we were lacking some finances to finish paying for the airplane. We were still praying and hoping for the paperwork to come through when miraculously a donor came out of Facebook from following my page and he donated $10,000. And that was sufficient for us to finish paying for the rest of the deficit that was owed for the airplane. So now the airplane is fully paid for. We were waiting for paperwork, and then finally that paperwork came through for the airplane. After we handed the final check to the owners to finish paying for the airplane, the paperwork came through, so now we have all the legal documents needed to start flying the airplane. And I remember I thought to myself, we should do it right. Let's start right. So what we did was we had an official launch. Yes, we had an official launch where we dedicated the airplane and dedicated ourselves to the Lord's work, and it was a beautiful ceremony. We didn't have a live audience much, but we recorded it, and that was shared with individuals, and that will be available in our newsletter that you can watch and see what transpired for the official launch. After the official launch, I had the opportunity to take Irene and another aspiring missionary pilot to the Palawan Project. And we were there for about 3 weeks, offering flights, helping people. We helped a bunch of locally stranded individuals. We did various medevac requests that came in. Multiple patients were helped. And it was just a huge blessing. One of those patients that stood out to me was actually a returning patient that came, and we were having a conversation, and he told me that he lost his first baby in the pandemic because his island did not have the equipment and the facility to help his wife, and apparently the baby came out foot first and it died. I had transported him with the six-seater airplane, the white one. I transported them with that. And then 3 weeks later, after they have their bouncing baby girl, this new airplane helped them to get back home. And they were so grateful that the aviation ministry was very instrumental in helping them to finally have their first baby. After we spent the 3 weeks there in the Palawan Project, it was time to pack up and go back home. And we had a missionary farmer that tagged along with Irene and I to get back home. And so we came back to Batangas. And after coming back home, I started making plans to go find new areas to offer our services. And we were able to make contact with Lubang. Yes, Lubang Island. Round trip, it's 1 hour from the airbase. And I was able to go in there, and I met with the mayor and also his representative from the island. We exchanged contact details, we spoke extensively, and now we are officially offering flights to Lubang. We did have a medevac from Lubang. It was a young man who broke his arm and he needed to go out. And that mission was a huge blessing to me personally and also to the family. The airplane requires $4,200 annually. So every year we gotta pay for $4,000 in order to cover for the insurance for the airplane. And miraculously, God did not disappoint us. The beginning of the year, we were able to get the donation needed. And when that expired 6 months later, God opened the way and touched hearts again so that we could actually have the insurance to continue. Along with the insurance, we have to do maintenance work on the aircraft. And I was blessed to have with me an avionics technician and also 2 missionary pilots with PAMAS who happen to be mechanics themselves. They are one is a flight instructor, the other one is a commercially rated pilot and a mechanic. Both of them came together. I flew up to the other base there in Banwar, and we worked on the airplane extensively to ensure that it is still in good and functioning capacity. So if I was to summarize what transpired between our last newsletter until now, I can just say it was an amazing journey of faith where we've seen how God provided all the money to pay for the airplane even before we could offer flights with it. We have seen how He continues to provide donors so that we can have money to pay our rent and to have food on our table, to keep the missionary patrol service and functional. That's always a huge blessing. And also opportunities that He gave to help to train other missionaries, to give speaking engagements online via Zoom. I was invited to multiple platforms to share my mission pilot story on podcast platform. I was invited to share in churches online, even way back in Jamaica. Another amazing experience happened where someone from Jamaica that has a very big social media platform invited me, or I invited myself. I reached out to them and said I would like to share my story with people back in Jamaica, especially the inner city youth. My request was granted, and within 2 months, the video got over 96,000 views. Yes, over 96,000 views. It was done in my dialect and English, so you would have to go watch that video if you would like to hear what transpired. As a result of that video, I had new supporters coming out of Jamaica and other parts of the world. I was able to make friends with new Jamaicans living right here in the Philippines. Some of them, we talk on the phone, and one particular Jamaican, he came over in person to actually meet with me, and I gave him some ackee that he can go plant in his property there in Pangasinan. So it's been an amazing 9 months since our last newsletter. I'm hoping that the video newsletter will be a huge blessing to you. So I'm saving you the time to scroll, and I'm giving you these updates in video format itself. Let us know how it was a blessing to you, how much if you appreciate it, or you rather to look at pictures and scroll through for words. Our list of needs are very simple. We are inviting you to partner with us to help us to have fuel, finances rather, for fuel. Each drum of fuel gives me about 5 hours flight time, and it's about 218 US dollars per drum, or if you're watching from the Philippines, it's about 15,000 pesos per drum of fuel. I do pay a hangar fee of 7,500 US dollars, and I didn't divide that out of my head, but if you take 7,500 pesos and you divide it by 55 pesos per piece, then that's how much it is in dollars that we actually pay per month. This fee is to have the airplane hangared at that airstrip itself. We are praying for 6 missionaries to join us. One of them we're asking to be a flight nurse. We're looking for a medical missionary. We're also looking for a Bible worker, and we're looking for an assistant that can help with office duties, making contact with those that we help, right? Visiting the individuals in the community to be a blessing to them. So help us to pray that God will help us to find young people energetic and willing to partner with us in the cause of sharing Christ's love with others around the world, and especially here in the Philippines. Last on the list is we're praying for new territories. So I will be flying to some islands to introduce myself and what we do, and we're hoping that the reception will be favorable, and we look forward to serving those areas. That's pretty much it for what transpired